Who's in CT101? I hope you're watching this. This is Michael Smith and Ryan Seslow. Hi, Ryan.
How are you?
We're talking about our first week in our digital storytelling class, and we have one student who's joined us in the chat, which is awesome. But if you can't make it, don't worry, because this video will be archived, and you'll be able to watch it. We'll embed it to the blog so you can watch it later. But we're excited to talk about. We see almost everybody's pretty much put up a post about their interests, and we're just going to talk about a couple of them. And we're excited to work on all. We'd love seeing how much interest there is in working with different apps and things like that. So let's. I think I want Ryan. Do you mind doing that first post for us, talking about it? Or actually, why don't you make your introduction to what you think about how we're doing so far too?
I think so far so good. I'm excited to see everybody jumping in and participating and sharing all of the different diverse interests that they have and how they made their selections about content and all of the software that has been experimented with, and people pretty clear on what it is they're already working with and what they would like to work with this semester and see happen. But overall, for the most part, it's been, a good energetic start off, so I'm excited.
Cool.
Yeah.
So so we read all your posts, and we wanted to talk about, I think, 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
And then also I was going to do a quick tutorial so that it's archived in video of how to edit a post, all right, and or things that you can do in the dashboard to fix a post up, because we were going to ask you to review your post and kind of try to fix it between now and Monday.
Cool. Great. So should I share my screen?
Yeah.
To talk about this first one? Okay, let me see what I can bring up here to do that. Screen share. Entire screen. So I've got the Google Hangouts screen, which is you, but I can't now find.
Oh, just open a new screen, maybe.
Yeah, I think I might have to do that.
Yeah, that's okay.
There we go. So now I can share the DS.
And that one, and yeah. It was
CT101.
Find it. It's a Deci L03.
So yeah, no, I the first one that I actually had was to take pride in where you're from. Yes, it is right, like you said, Deci 03 piece here, which is talking about their nostalgia for being a born and raised New Yorker, and that whole energy that kind of goes around that is certainly something that I can relate to. I'm also born and raised in New York, and my family's from New York, from Manhattan, from Brooklyn, transplanted later to Long Island. So that's certainly a nostalgia that I resonate with right away. And what better way to do that than to take an updated photo of kind of what's happening now? Or this one actually looks like it's a Shutterstock image, so it was taken from their site, but it's a nice contrast of the new and the old together. Certainly is a nice way to kind of show contrast between the changing of time. So my question to the student would be, how to revise that, get out there and take some photos. If it's that nostalgia of the city that really inspires you, then where? Show us visually where you would like to communicate. How and where those feelings are.
Yeah, I really think it's the student writes about the tough part of the city too, and it would have been that's a great opportunity to just showcase their particular perspective of New York. I mean, the subway in Grand Central is obviously a really brings a lot of well understood New York City visualizations, but obviously the city is so much bigger than a lot of people really know in terms of the diversity of the city and what happens there. So it'd be really cool to see some things that are very familiar to that student. Just maybe it's a neighborhood shot, or maybe it's whatever it is. That would be really cool to add to that post.
Cool.
All right, here I'll do. I'll put up the Felicia Rashad post, which is funny because I don't even understand how this video worked, but it's cool that it did.
Yeah.
Here it is. So share. All right. So I think what's great about this post, there's a couple things that's great, is the comments showed that I had the first comment is I had to read this with a title like that. How could I not?
Yeah.
It really does speak to how important it is to try to pique your audience's interest with a thoughtful title or an interesting one. And one of the things, and what also was really great is to see, so 411 with Jazzy Star is the writer of the post, and she responded to both people that commented on her post, and that's something I think is really wonderful. Is to see people getting in there and keeping the conversation going. One thing I think that could easily be done, a simple one, is like the Cosby Show. It's a really, I would definitely say, hey, hyperlink to like the Wikipedia article about the Cosby Show, because you can inspire people to go down like a little nostalgia lane and read about the show and how long ago it was, and surprises people like how long ago it was. And stuff like that. So yeah, but a very nice post though. I have no idea how this is working, this JW player. I think it's because I have a plugin installed, but it was interesting that worked.
Cool.
So
on the direct post it works, but not in the feed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so do you want to do the next one? I think we were going to do the strengths and weaknesses post.
Okay, that was also kind of early on here. Yeah. So let me.
Oh, I can tell you. It's
I got it.
It's Tia Kara.
Yep. Got it now. This is really handy.
Oh wait, I do have one last thing. We should ask Jazzy Star, because again, that was an embedded piece of media of someone else's work. It would really be cool to find a piece of your own work that even of an image that reflected your understanding of being a mom or motherhood, that from your perspective. Felicia Rashad is obviously this character of a mom, and it's very interesting. But it would be cool to add that to that post as well.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, so moving on over to this post here. This one definitely caught my eye in a couple of different ways. For one, just the overall personal experience about the story, about what's happening. A student is taking great pride in their athletic accomplishments, and finding a platform to be able to showcase and share that energy, and in a very descriptive manner, which has been done in the writing of it. But the image really speaks so many words, in and of itself, and how it's been cropped and so forth, and even the humoristic aspect of it, with the hipster shade of filter not working the way that she had wanted it to. I think it was just a really kind of thoughtful and interesting way to share something that has taken place, and just really kind of enticing us right away with the image itself, and also just a series of descriptions of what software has been used, and how they'd like to make improvements with new software, so forth. I think it's just really well put together, thoughtful.
I agree. I think it's very straightforward and simple, and that's one of the things you can realize about these really blog posts is they're meant to be super straightforward for the most part. It's like, hey, this is my photo, this is where it came from, and what's really nice is I think she does a really great description of like, not just saying I'm comfortable with image editing software, she's listing out different types, and that's really nice. And that it's as straightforward as that. It's not
Yeah.
something that we want you to feel like you have to make this massive essay about, but being specific is really great.
Yeah. She also did a good job of tagging
Oh yeah, right. And
this
she got
this
the
this,
category right too.
this post. So yeah, went right into a weekly reflection one. So well done.
Yes, absolutely. Um, so I think oh, so what I was going to do, and Ryan, you said you kind of have to take off.
I've got to bounce out.
Yeah, so you can jump out, and I'll do the tutorial for how to edit a blog post. Does that
Cool.
sound like a way to do it? I don't want to keep you hanging while I'm just spinning through the back end of WordPress. Does that make
Cool.
sense?
Yeah, no problem, man. Sounds good.
All right.
Cool. So
So
we'll touch base perhaps later.
yeah, absolutely, we will. And we're going to send out the video. Again, I'll send an email with a link, but it'll be in the blog post as well, in the blog as well.
Nice.
And Ryan, absolutely edit that post and add things that you want to.
Cool. Excellent.
All right.
All right. Thanks so much.
All right.
We'll see you guys soon. Take care.
You too. Okay, so what I was going to do, since one of the things we're going to be asking everybody to do is to think about, as we've described, that a blog post is an act of writing that can be edited in versions, and so we're going to want everyone to take the opportunity to potentially rework their post. And I thought I'd do that by showing you one post that I could help out. So what I'm going to do is there's this. I'm back on the blog, and this is a post by Wayne Zero. And Wayne accidentally, you can see that it's the text is framing it in this frame, unlike a normal post, and you can't even see it all. You can see it's kind of to the side. And what's going on here is Wayne Zero's accidentally put the text within the kind of the title and caption of the photo, when it needs to be out in the body up here, and then you can leave a caption or not. So since I'm an admin of the site, I'm able to edit anybody's post. So just so you know how I can do this, normally you as a user can't edit other people's posts, but I'm going to look at Wayne's post here. And now you can see, here, I'm going to spread this out. I wonder if it'll adapt as I do that. Oh, wow, look at that. That's great. Okay. So what's cool is I can go in here and I can highlight this text. And I'm going to cut it out. And I'm going to delete this as well, so that the image, and I'm just deleting the spaces above it, so that the image is by itself. Now, I'm trying to figure out how can I get the text above the image. Well, one of the things you have to realize is that in a WordPress post, there's two ways to look at the post itself. One is this visual version, and the other version is a text. It's kind of like an HTML version. So you can see that I can get in front of, there's all the styling. This is all HTML markup. For right now, you don't have to really worry about that. But what you can do is you can see I can just get in front of that, know that that's probably the image, and it is the image because here's the description of it. This is the image right here. So right now I'm just getting in front of the image so I can be above it, and then I'm going to paste that text. All right. And now as I go back to visual, you can see that the text is now on top. All right. And there's some simple editing that can happen right here to fix what's going on. This text is also there's a bunch of line breaks in it, so I'm just fixing those line breaks right now. And I can do the same thing here, and again go back to that text editor and add text below. Okay. So that's some basic stuff of how you can fix it. Now, the other thing is, let's remember things that are important to try to do is categorize things, right? So this is weekly reflection 1, and we can uncheck uncategorize because it has a category. And then we can also add tags. Tags are nice, so things can be discovered. So this is We can add like Patrick Ewing. Whoops. I think I'm spelling his name right. So if I am, and you can see that'll show up. All right. Something else that's not here is, we talked a lot about contextual links, and not a lot about it. We've mentioned the notion of the importance of contextual links, and it's one of the photos I'm working on in Photoshop. I think it'd be more fun to hyperlink to Patrick Ewing, but we could insert a link, and I could look for the Wikipedia page, for example, of Photoshop. And I'm going to use a Wikipedia page for Photoshop rather than the manufacturer's page, because the manufacturer's page, the HTML link, the link will probably change. So I've got that, and I'm going to paste it in there. And now I have added a contextual link. All right. So keep in mind that you can add links, and now I can update this post. And there's still some things that could be done, like this. You can see that this surrounding box still is a little screwy. So let's view the post. All right, and now you can see there's was posted in Weekly Reflection, and it's tagged Patrick Ewing. So these are some simple things you can do. Realize it's always important to consider editing your posts. Get out of. And so before next Monday, we're going to ask everybody to consider doing that. And now, and you'll have this video. So if you're still getting familiar with the dashboard and how to edit a post, you can refer to this video, and I'll even tell you the specific time signature point where to find that quick little tutorial. So that's it. This is our first weekly Hangout. If you can't make it, or you just didn't, we're going to use this as a regular time, 12:30 on Wednesdays, to do these kind of short talking points. We hope to see more and more of your work, and we'd love to showcase it. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you on Monday. All right, bye-bye.